All right, thanks.
What?
What?
Would you snip? Why?
Why are you smelling
I
it?
couldn't now. I breathed through my nose for a second. I was like, oh,
For a second. So normally you using gills,
normally I'm losing my mouth.
bro.
You
You gotta
know.
get that checked out. What it smell like?
God, no, it smells dusty. You know, like if you're in like an attic or a dusty room or something like that.
I haven't been no shit
That's what
like
it smells
that.
like.
Not me. Nope.
You never smelled dust?
Nah, that's crazy. How you smell dust? It's like a. You making up stuff. Yeah, I be smelling carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Silent killer.
And you're not supposed to smell it
Oh, okay.
or taste it or see it.
It sees you though.
Oh yeah, it sees you. I'm very paranoid about carbon monoxide poisoning.
Carbon monoxide deaths have went up since COVID because people be losing their sense of smell.
There you go. Makes perfect sense.
I'm just stating facts.
I just think it's weird that
Like damn Wolverine.
you have a fear of carbon dioxide poison.
What you mean? Something that you don't know is coming. You just
You
dead.
can't see it. You can't smell it.
You just getting
You
sluggish.
can't test. You just you gonna just die and you just
shell shocked.
Yep.
Where are you where you have to worry about that?
I'm just saying, what there's like some sort of leak. I don't know somewhere.
Yeah, your thing don't go off because you ain't replaced the battery.
I said I don't have a thing.
Oh, we don't got a thing.
We ain't got a thing.
I thought they got one.
Well, they might have a thing. I'm saying
they
I
got
don't.
one that it don't be making noises, but it work.
They may. I'm pretty sure they got a thing. I'm saying I don't have a thing at
At your house?
personally at my house
Why don't you get one?
because they're like expensive.
No, they not.
They was like, if I'm not mistaken, they was like $50 for the carbon monoxide / smoke alarm.
Yeah. Put it up. The thing you put on top of your ceiling. $50 ain't more expensive than your life.
Oh, you right. I
Or
mean,
your house?
Or your house.
Shut the first. I mean, I got a regular smoke detector.
We just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, don't.
You just trying to look
don't
after
join-
you.
I appreciate that. I mean, you're right. It's not. It's cheap. To be honest with you, it's just more than I was willing to spend at the time.
How much you willing to spend now? Even less.
Probably like $10.
If not, you got me.
You can get an egg timer for $10.
How's that?
That's gonna beep as well. I don't
Yeah.
Does it detect carbon monoxide?
Nah, I'll tell you when you done though.
Okay. Just how much time I got left before I die.
Yeah, you done.
Okay. Once it beeps, it's too late. See, that's the thing. I'll never hear it because I'll be dead.
Yeah. You can just respawn. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Winners Don't Use Drugs, presented by Gage Gaming, episode 45.
And crystal clear clarity.
That sounded good.
And THX.
Wow. Dolby Digital Surround Sound Incorporated, trademarks.
Okay.
How we doing today?
Doing all right.
So how are we doing today?
I couldn't hear you, but the THX kind of fucked my ears up.
Already. Well, that's why we did it. We did it so that you would have hearing issues.
It was worth it, though.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
That's how you know you made it. When whatever media you produces converted into THX.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the leading audio solution for all media.
It's been a couple of weeks since we did this.
Yeah, somebody had to go on vacation. I gotta go to Oregon to see family. Oh,
You went and saw family.
welcome back, bud.
You went and saw family.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I didn't. But I didn't have to.
You didn't have to get stuck in the airport to do it.
Yeah. My family was like an hour away.
How fortunate.
So that makes you better than me.
That's what it sounded like he was saying too.
Yeah, it did.
I don't
That's
appreciate
what it
that.
sounds like.
I did my holiday over a Zoom call, man. So what you trying to say?
Yeah, you did. No, I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad you got to see your folks, or your mother. Well, I think that's that was. I don't know. I don't know if that's the only person you saw. So I'm just gonna. I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, did you do any gaming while you was gone?
Hell no. No, wait. I played Magic. on my tablet.
There you go.
And I played 3 games of TFT.
Look at you. Yeah. Trying to get gold like your boy.
And
I
that's
see.
it.
I see the vision. Yeah.
Nah,
He's platinum.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
no.
Well, then I concede.
No, I played a couple games and that was it.
You
I
realize-
can't play that game too much because it annoys me by the RNG.
Yeah, we got 42
Even
days.
though I won 2 out of the 3, so
Dang.
It's pretty good.
I looked at the season. They said 42 days before the next season. Or
Damn.
before this season ends, and I was like, that's going to hurt.
as long as they take the augments away.
I think they will. I don't think that'll be in the next one.
I hope not.
If it is, I just hope they have a better way of deciding
That's here to stay.
who gets what. Or like everybody. Well, I know you can't make everybody get the same augment because then it would be like everybody would have to try to build into the same 3 possible builds. But there's got to be a better way so that you aren't getting shafted when people are just lucking up.
I don't know. Maybe I need to play it more. That's probably part of the problem is
I played it a lot.
you still think
I just think that like I'll win some games. Like there's been games where like the augments really didn't play that big of a factor, especially if it doesn't give you any of the diamond ones. If it's just like silver and maybe a gold.
See, I think that's my biggest issue with the augments is that there's different levels of the augment.
Yes.
Like if it was just like, hey, this one is for blah, this one's for blah, this one not like, oh, this is number 1 of this one, or you might get lucky and get number 3 of this one.
Yeah, that's the part because even if it's like diamond, there are some diamond augments that aren't
Wait a
that
minute.
good.
But that's random, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
but
the whole game basically random?
it's
No,
not.
it's not.
It's
There's
supposed to
skill.
be based on the builds and the synergies and stuff.
The pool of champions you get is random.
Technically, yes, but there's a
right.
so there. Hold on.
Point taken.
hold-
Point. Stephen.
No.
You sapsucker. Listen. So, like in the beginning of the game, you could only get between uncommon and common champions, right? But there's a certain number of each champion at all times, and if people are buying them, then they don't exist anymore. So you'll be more likely to get these other champions. Thus, that influences how you build.
You know what it's similar
Yeah,
to?
but if they got them before you, that means randomly they got luckier.
Well, no,
Not
it's
necessarily because there's different types and stuff that you're building.
there's different pathways. So
Yeah.
like what it's very similar to is like drafting in Magic. So you're going to open a pack. I'm going to open a pack. I'm not going to see your first pick, right? I'm going to see what you have left over, and I have to use whatever's left over to try and build into whatever I need to build. So mine and your deck will probably be different because we're not going to be picking the same cards, obviously.
Yep.
It's very similar how TFT works. It's basically drafting for whatever.
Yeah, so it's random. I get it. You don't have to explain it to me, guys. I feel like you guys, kind of.
There's skill involved, is what I'm saying.
You're putting yourself through the ringer, and you get mad when you play it, and then
You're one to speak about getting mad at a video game.
yeah, what you talking? I'm cool. I'm always cool.
Cool as a cucumber.
Tail proof, baby.
Yeah.
Tail proof.
I give him that in ARAM like as many times as I can.
Tilt proof. Nothing phases
Like
me.
as soon as he starts getting tight, I'll be
Dude,
like,
he gets angry before we
Nothing
even get
phases
into the
me.
game.
well, okay, so I understand part of where the anger comes from. First and foremost, do I want us to win? Yes. But that is like 1A. And then 1A2 is
1A2.
1A2. That's how important it is next to the original one.
Yeah, it's subsection A2.
And sometimes I reverse the order. I need to look like a badass at all times.
There you go. Look, I'm a very competitive person,
In my mind, I'm hearing,
but I'm not good at anything.
Badass,
it's
badass.
It's a very bad combination, and I take that frustration out on everybody else but me.
Never focus it inward. So, like, even if we win, I can understand. Some matches I understand, even if we win and Steven being upset, because I look over. You got to keep track of his kill death ratio.
He's angry whenever he's even doing well.
No, but
He's got to be absolutely dominant.
It's the thing that's happened like at the moment. Like I could be like 10-2, but then this dude kills me. It's like, oh fuck you, bitch. Hate this fucking game.
Triple kill.
And then you figure, oh, he must be like fucking 0-10.
Oh yeah. The level of rage has no bearing on his actual performance. Because you'll be 10-2, and that'll be the second. That'll be the 2 in the 10-2, and he'll still be on 10.
That's true, but I could be 2-10, and it'll still be the same level of anger.
Yeah, that's why it's very confusing.
I'm saying
You did not help your situation.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is it could be a lot worse.
How?
I'm saying if I'm angry, if I'm already angry at being 10-2, imagine how angry I could be if I was like at 2-10. But it's generally around the same. No
but it doesn't
what.
make sense for you to be angry at 10-2.
Well, I can't help that, but I can't help it.
Hey, bro.
I'm saying I'd rather be at like an 8 at all times instead of having the potential to go to like 12.
On a 10-point scale?
12
Yeah.
points.
That's 12-point scale. Oh, my bad.
Well, it's 10 point. By 12, I mean I went above and beyond.
And anger.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
But, not all the time. I'm happy a lot of times.
Yeah, when you're not playing video games.
It's true. That is true. I'm playing like a single player game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you into it then.
I'm real cool.
That's true.
Cool as a cucumber.
Only when you're playing
I think it's
anything in form of PvP.
Like I said, I'm very competitive, unfortunately. Which I think it's a weakness. I don't like it about myself. But anyway, let's stop talking about me. Talking about other things.
Oh, we played some co-op multiplayer.
Yeah, we did. So what was the name of that game?
Hunt Down.
The Hunt Down.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think it's just Hunt Down.
Hunt. It's not The Hunt Down?
I don't think it is. But
Look it up, Zach. Is it The Hunt Down or Hunt Down?
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
Let's talk about the game.
So in The Hunt Down, it's like a 2D shooter, right? We explain the deers.
I thought you was going. You were taking off with it.
Apparently, I don't know the name of the game either way. So.
All right.
It's just Hunt Down.
Shit.
And it came out in 2020.
Yeah, it has actually been out for a while.
Yeah, it's a side scroller, but it's got the multi levels. It really feels like a Sega Genesis game,
Like Contra.
Yeah, similar to Contra, except for it's because it's I guess today's game. It's got more like checkpoints and stuff to it.
It's definitely a lot easier than Contra.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a very easy game either, but it's a lot more forgiving.
yeah. It's
You get more checkpoints and stuff.
and the maneuverability and stuff is definitely
Yeah.
updated than what you would have when you played an actual Genesis game. But you could tell that they were clearly influenced by that. It's cyberpunk, so it's 20XX futuristic. The world's a shithole because pretty
Dystopia.
much it's gonna happen, right? So you got the gangs that take over everything, and every level is a gang, and each of the gangs have like multiple lieutenants before you get to the actual boss.
Yeah.
And then they have like secrets and stuff. Like we found a gremlin. What's the main gremlin?
What's the
one that you're not supposed to get wet. He looks like a Furby.
He looks like a Furby. What do you call it? What was his name?
Oh,
Milo.
it was like Gremlin, wasn't it?
No, I was like
No,
Milo
he had a
or
name.
something.
What's his name?
I never watched the
Johnny
movies.
5.
It's not Johnny
That's
Five.
it. It's Johnny 5.
It's Johnny 5.
It's Johnny
Okay.
5.
Well, let us know what the gremlin's name
Well,
is. in the
technically,
comments.
you couldn't get that wet either.
That's see.
It's true. You can't get it wet. There's a lot of things you can't get wet.
I appreciate the
If
back
you really
of
think
that.
about it.
All right, so
What'd you say?
Well, it may not be personally. I'm just.
I get
just
them
saying.
wet.
I actually didn't hear what
I
you
get
said.
things wet all the time. You know.
he said there's a lot of things
you can't get wet.
Anywho, the game's really cool.
Gizmo.
There we go, Gizmo.
That's the name of it.
Gosh, I hate you for knowing that.
I just had to think about it for a second.
There you go. See, your brain's not turning to mush like you thought before.
Here we go.
Yeah, see, it's a plus one.
Got a few wrinkles up in there.
Yeah. It's got a lot of different cool weapons though, like shotgun variations of the shotgun, like the regular versions, and then the futuristic versions are probably my favorite. It's even like the big chain gun type things, the get some guns.
It would be really cool if we had like a video to be played right now that would show it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Would it?
Yeah, that would be cool.
I mean, we've already talked about it. We're moving on, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess we go ahead and move on.
Hey, show them a little bit. Show them a little bit of something that's happening. Just to get a. If you come across this game, I definitely recommend playing it.
Yeah, especially if you like. It's a good single player game, but also if you like couch co-op type stuff. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
I think it's where you get your money's worth from it is the
Yeah. It's a 2-player game. We got 3 different hitmen to choose from.
yep. You can play as a
this is like 2 hours long. I ain't about to show 2 hours.
No.
We just want
to
to
do that.
show you what
Just
example of the
little-
game.
Just give a little taste, just enough to get you
That's
interested.
Anaconda. That's who I played. They even played Mo Man.
Oh man, he's a cyber.
So you switch weapons?
Yeah,
You can switch
You
weapons.
can only carry one extra weapon at a time, but then like each person has like a throwable. Like I had the axe that was helping us out a lot. Steven, for some reason, wouldn't use his throwable weapon, even though it was like 3 shurikens.
Yeah, but see, yours had like an arc to it, which is a lot more useful.
Yeah, but you could throw yours in a straight line. Literally just throw it and kill it.
But yeah, that's what I got bullets for.
All
Bullets go in a straight line.
You're right, sure.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
But like they were hitting like the top, middle, and lower levels when they try to.
Oh, I should have been doing it more. Just
Actually, we started using melee weapons like towards the end of the game, and it turns out the melee weapons are really good too.
yeah,
It reminds me of, what is it, Guns?
yeah, it's a lot like that. Except it's more pixelated.
Oh, yeah,
more
obviously
pixel
different art.
Yeah, the movement and stuff is a little different, but,
But
yeah,
it's a lot like that.
What is it? Guns, Glory, and...
Guns, Gore, and Cannolis.
Yeah.
Which I still think that game is better than the Hunt Down because one, the controls, like we could shoot in like 180 degrees or 360 degrees.
But see, I like Hunt Down better because I just like the theme of it better.
Yeah.
Also, it has really good music too.
Oh, the soundtrack is amazing. It does also sound like a Genesis game too. It's very a lot of wounds in it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
See, those are the checkpoints. You get a checkpoint, you get all your life back as well. There's usually like 2 or 3 of them per level.
And then
Pretty
you also,
forgiving.
yeah,
Yeah.
as you said, it's much more forgiving. It's just sometimes we play stupid, or sometimes we can kill the boss before it kills us, and we lied and they killed us.
Some of those bosses took us a few tries, but we got it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh man, you spoiling it.
No, they can't see it. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Why you even gotta say anything?
I'm sorry, I thought you were. I apologize.
She tried to get you. I got it.
I need to call out your imperfections.
Is that another one of your weaknesses?
Yeah.
That's a
But
strength.
don't call out mine though, because I can't take it.
You know what? But that's honest though, and that's a strength. Honesty is a
I
strength.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
I made to boost your spirits up.
I appreciate that.
Nah, fuck that. Cut them down.
Yeah.
You gonna cut me off at the knees?
Real friends, they
Stumble across your words in the next hour.
Well, you know, we give and take. You know, we bring each other down, but
real friends allow you to not be checked on your flaws until they become bigger personal issues.
There you go. Then that's when they really dig at you.
Look at your failures. I'm your best friend, man. I just want
Yeah, look at them.
to down you a little bit.
All right,
So because I love you.
So we're recording this, the day before Christmas Eve? Golly. New Year's Eve?
Yep.
So this is technically our last podcast of the new year, but it's also going to be the first podcast of the new year because it's not going to release until the 3rd.
Yeah.
But
Just blew my
being that
mind.
it's our last podcast before the end of the year, we wanted to do kind of like a review of the year as far as gaming goes.
Little wrap up.
A little look back, if you will.
I want to shout out to Larry Too Nasty.
L2N Gaming.
L2N Gaming on YouTube.
Check
Look
him out on
up.
YouTube.
He puts up a bunch of Call of Duty videos and other stuff.
Yeah.
But every year, it's probably my favorite Facebook post of the year, and I look forward to it every year, is the Larry Awards or the L2N Gaming Awards.
Yeah.
I love it.
And he has his nice, quirky categories, and he lists like his favorite games and things that have disappointed him. And so that's what we're going to do today is talk about, we're going to go through his awards. Mm-hmm. So we can go over the different categories right quick.
So so Zach asked us what our picks were for the different awards, and me and Darius don't know what we picked. I'm sure some of
I
them
don't like
may
the fact that
overlap.
Zach knows what we.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know everybody's picks, but
knows
they don't know
everybody's.
my picks, and they don't
Yeah.
know each other's picks.
He's got a lot of power, so I don't like that. But
I feel like it's a.
I feel like we need a third party, but that's okay.
These are the categories that we're going. First is be the game I played the most this year, and this can be games that didn't necessarily come out this year. But everything else will be stuff that came out this year.
Yeah.
This is the only category that doesn't take part of that. It's just basically the game that we played the most
this year.
Yeah. Next one is our most anticipated game. This also a category is about games that didn't come out this year, but games that are coming out next year that we're looking forward to,
Which was
or
very
supposedly coming out next year.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Put an asterisk back.
The Meh Award. It's the game of the year that seemed great, but didn't really meet expectations. Exactly. The Meh Award. The You Fucked Up Award. The most disappointing game of the year.
There we go.
This one was actually surprised me what everybody picked.
It's the same.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Oh shit!
That's the weird thing.
I thought it was going to be the same when I picked. I was like, yeah, I already know.
Well,
Shut up.
So this next
That
one,
could be a couple
cool
different.
story, bro. The best game with game with the best story in it.
okay.
Next one is Get Good Award, the toughest game of the year.
Getting cooked.
Getting cooked. The Welcome Back Award, the best sequel or addition to a franchise that came out this year.
I like it.
So that, like I said, it doesn't have to be a sequel. It could be like if Tina's Wonder World came out this year, that could have been up for it because it's part of the Borderlands world.
It won't win. It won't win next year.
Huh?
I thought you made that game up.
Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah. What you call it, Tina's Wonder World?
Isn't that what it's called? I don't know what it's called.
I thought it,
you know what I meant.
No, it may be. It may be. But
I have no idea. I think it might be
explicit.
Wonderland, though. I think Darius is right about that.
I knew what you were talking
Tiny
about.
Tina's Wonderland?
Is that what it is?
I don't. Maybe.
I'm not trusting
Close
you
enough.
with names.
We
though.
all
don't trust
knew
me. Don't
what we
trust
were
me.
talking about, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
know.
yeah,
I know what you're talking about now. Yes. Yeah, I do.
And then the last one, of course, is just plain old Game of the Year.
Game of the year.
All right.
World
so,
premiere.
I guess we move on to the game I played the most this year.
Yeah, let's start from the top.
So when we get to these slides, it's going to show Darius
all
first, then
professional.
Steven's pick, and then my pick.
Hey,
We're going
what
in
up?
alphabetical order.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with who's the best and who's the worst.
Exactly. It is not, you're not the best. You're not the worst.
You're not
I
number one.
didn't say
got-
any of that, but once
just-
once
You just
put it out
got
to the
lucky
universe-
that your
lucky at the
parents
name.
named you Darius and not anything after S or Z.
What
Exactly.
after Z?
We could be like
ZZ Top.
There you go.
He's
Yeah,
after
two
me.
Z's. True.
Hey, you know what? Now that you say that, Zach, I kind of feel like you caught some L's in elementary school.
Oh yeah, I was
Oh,
in
yeah,
his
you
class.
last get picked everything.
Yeah.
Come on, we just do it by alphabetical order. Sorry,
Now,
Zach.
if they go
No,
by
shut up, we're not.
If they go by my last name,
Nah, we're not.
No.
I'm towards the front.
No.
Yeah.
But all right,
I'm always in the front.
Is there any game? Is it a name that starts with any other letter, like besides ZA? Is there anything like that would be after that?
Yeah, there's plenty of
Zedenia,
people.
Mary Jane from Spider-Man.
No, I'm saying like.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
My grandmother and my sister's names both start with ZE.
Oh, Zelda. Yeah.
Zelda.
Stupid.
God, you fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm such an idiot.
All right,
Nintendo's gonna revoke you whatever they give you.
No,
I know what Darius's pick is. What do you think it is, Steven?
For what most played game of the year?
Yeah, what do you think is his
I don't
most
even
played
remember half
game?
of
this
these
year?
things I picked. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I forgot to.
I literally
think-
just woke up when I did this.
I think I know what it probably actually is.
You don't know me like that.
Actually, it may not be. He played a bunch of different games this year, so I don't know.
Yeah, he has. He's probably out of all three of us. He's played the most games for sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm first.
Well, let me ask you this: was it a game that came out this year?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Was yours?
Mine? Yeah.
Mine wasn't.
Did you play Escape from Tarkov?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. What is it? Mass Effect. What?
I got like 100 hours in
that
that.
makes sense because it's three.
You played
different
all three of
games.
them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That definitely
Yeah.
makes sense.
And that was the legendary edition. So
Oh, you got the like logos and stuff. I like that.
yeah, you like?
Oh, bro, he putting in work though. My boy
really
putting in
good.
work.
All right, well, what do you think Stevens was?
Shin Megami Tensei.
That's what I thought at first. Now I
Oh, okay.
realized
He
that I
put a lot of time into New
Actually,
World.
you know what? The only thing that was close to Mass Effect on my Steam list was New World.
So I was thinking it was New World.
I originally thought I had to go. That's why I checked. I was like, you know what? It's probably New World. Then I went and checked, and it was like, no, this was at like 100, and New World was at like 88.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was close.
Yeah, y'all talking about 88 and 100. Y'all chumps.
Look at this.
In a year?
3 days or something.
I put a lot of hours into Tarkov.
Yeah.
You still putting hours into Tarkov?
Still putting hours.
About
into Tarkov.
700 hours, 1,000 hours, something like that.
So I started playing it the beginning of 2020,
Okay.
and I've put in almost 1,800 hours into it.
Talking about some gaming.
You hear that? Steve
Now,
from Tarkov Vibes?
I put over 100 hours in New World as well.
Yeah.
In the same.
Because I was looking at my top Steam played games, and it's number one was Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. I thought that was number two. No, it was Counter-Strike, PUBG, Path of Exile, and New World. I can't remember what the fifth one was. Oh, I think Starbound was close.
Starbound was, you had a lot of Starbound.
But yeah, so Tarkov was my most played game this year.
Nice. They should give you something for that. Give you a shout out.
No, I didn't. I haven't played as nearly as much as some other people.
No, it's all about the little guy, though, you know. Grassroots.
Grassroots.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this next category, most anticipated game. So I was actually really surprised. There's only like one, maybe two categories that we had similar picks.
Okay.
Or same picks, and it was only me and Darius that had the same picks.
For this one?
No, for the two different categories.
Okay.
This one, we're all different.
Okay.
So our most anticipated games is, Darius, would you like to say yours? Do you remember what it was?
Forspoken.
For the PS5.
Yeah. I feel like we might have another Horizon on our hands.
Think so?
I think that we could have like Horizon again. This is that's high praise, right?
It's high praise.
It's because that's another cornerstone franchise or cornerstone IP for a platform. But I think we might be on the cusp with some. I like the fact that it's all these different abilities and stuff like that. Feels like you got like different ways to fight. So I'm excited to see that, and it looks fucking crazy.
It does look so good. All the particle effects. And shit.
Yeah.
All right. And what about you, Steve? What was yours?
Mine was, well, there you go, Elden Ring.
Yeah, when I was looking at the list of stuff coming out, I figured somebody would pick it, and also I know you guys are more excited for that than I am. That's how excited you are.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't put my finger on Elden Ring if I'm excited for it or if I'm going to play it or what.
I'm gonna play it with Steven.
Is it cool?
we're gonna play co-op.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, of course it's co-op. You invade each other's worlds and shit.
Was that? I think it's different on this one.
This one is more of actual like.
Yeah, I think it's more like it's easier to jump in. Like,
Oh, it's not fucking weird as shit like all
No,
the other-
you're not. Yeah, you don't have to do all the extra stuff like the normal Souls games.
but it may also just be for dungeons. But I'm not sure. I don't know. But we'll find out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find
Yeah,
out.
because it's actually not too far away.
I'm gonna find
it's
out.
February.
February, right?
I think all the games on our list are not too far. Well, I don't know about Forspoken, but I know my game's
Forspoken's
not
March.
Too. Is it? Okay, so all of ours are in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Because mine, you mentioned it, is Horizon.
Horizon.
Yeah,
Forbidden
and
West.
I mean the reason why I didn't pick that one is because I know bro. I know what I'm getting out of that game. It's gonna be fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited to play it, but I'm excited to see what we get with Forspoken.
Yeah. Well, and Horizon, the first one, outside of the Uncharted series, is by far my favorite PlayStation game.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
And I know I don't know if we're ever going to get another Uncharted.
You get that Thieves in collection for the PS5.
You're gonna get the movie tie-in game.
Yeah, the movie tie-in game.
Tom Holland.
No.
Yeah.
What I want,
not
spoiler
getting
alert, I want to play as Drake's daughter.
What?
I want her to have
know
her
that.
own game. I want her to take over the mantle
It's
and
'cause you don't
have
pay
her own
attention.
series. You don't play the Uncharted games, though, do you?
I played the first one.
All the way through?
Yeah, I actually beat it.
Oh, wow.
I thought
I'm
you played
actually
the second one, too.
surprised.
I played some of the second one.
Oh, okay.
First one got weird and scary towards the end. Almost.
Yeah, it got a little weird. You notice they never did that again with any of them. With the extra extra zombie supernatural
stuff.
zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was kind of creeping me out. I almost didn't get through it, but I did.
All right. The next category is the Meh Award. Like we said earlier, it's the game of the year that seemed great, but didn't hold interest.
Okay.
So Darius picked 12 minutes. This one I thought was weird because I thought you enjoyed it all the way through.
I did not enjoy it all the way through. That's the problem.
It's the story, right? The twist.
The
That's
twist
what you didn't like.
The twist is awful. The twist makes the game like I know it's supposed to be like artsy and like, oh yeah, it's like you didn't see that coming, but I've had games do one of two things with their twists. One is BioShock 1, which I still won't say, I guess, for people who haven't played BioShock. But like that's
I've never played it, but you can tell me.
Okay. So
it's been long enough. If they haven't played it, then they chose not to play it.
So in BioShock, you find out that the person who's been helping you has been controlling you by using the phrase, "Would you kindly?"
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Why? I didn't know that. I thought it was something else.
I hate you so much.
For real, actually, I didn't know that.
Oh, you still want to play that
You were
game?
never going to play it.
Nah, BioShock is too scary for me. The only one I played was Infinite.
Infinite was really good.
Infinite was really good. Infinite is them figuring out how not to make BioShock 2. But so the other side of that is 12 minutes, which is you find out the twist and it is stupid and it kind of invalidates like your whole playing the game. Like the twist is dumb. If you play it, you probably will still enjoy it, but I don't like those type of twists. It's like watching a Shyamalan movie that he gets wrong. So it's like it's like The Village, you know.
The Village. I think the twist in The Village wasn't the best. But I think
it was very predictable.
I think everything before that was actually really good.
Like everything movies before.
Don't talk about everything leading up to the.
Oh yeah, like 12 minutes.
Yeah,
so everything leading up to it, you're like, oh, this is.
But the actual twist itself is a letdown.
Yeah, it's like
that makes sense. Because I actually liked most of The Village.
Most people like most of The Village. Just the problem is that you know the twist of The Village. What'd you pick, Steve?
We're about to find out right.
He's not gonna do it because you did that.
Now. Right.
Battlefield 2042. You know, people that are just listening to this can't see it
right now.
So why was this your meh award?
2042. Oh, well, it's now I kind of got conflicted between this one and the most disappointing game.
Okay.
I kind of could have switched those around, but I decided on this one because I was more let down by the other game. But this one just didn't live up to expectations. Came out with a bunch of bugs. It just wasn't that very fun to me. Hopefully they'll fix it though. And the mode that actually had the most fun in was like the least. Was the mode they put the least work in? It seemed like, or the mode with the least content. So,
which was
that was the what was the one where
Hazard mode?
Hazard mode, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the bad part about it was we started off playing Hazard mode, so like we started out at the peak. Yeah, gotta switch hands for the camera.
Can't see that one.
And then like everything after that, we were like increasingly just
got worse and worse.
And they had a lot of hype behind it, and it's just I don't know.
Well, we were looking for a savior after Vanguard, so we thought we found it, and then we didn't.
Find them in the most unlikely places.
Yeah.
So my meh award was Hood, Outlaws and Legends.
I forgot about that game.
Dude, did you actually play that?
Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah, he was.
Oh shit!
He was jazzed up about it, man.
I bought it.
That
I was bought in. I was like, dude, this is gonna be fun, and it just. I played it for 2 days, and then I was like, all right, I'm done.
That was the one where it was kind of like
PvP.
Yeah, so it's kind of like For Honor, but with like.
I know I never played For Honor, so I can't compare.
Okay.
It. So you basically it's two groups of PvP, and you're both trying to accomplish a PvE objective. I think it's more like Hunt Showdown.
Okay, yeah. That's a good comparison.
Loosely like Hunt Showdown.
That's probably the closest comparison.
But the problem was, so there was when it launched, there was only 4 characters.
Okay, definitely not enough.
Definitely not enough for diversity
because it's super in depth.
Because it's 4v4. So, and you would think, oh, well, each person can pick one. No, there's a lot of you'll get a lot of duplicates on your team.
So 4v4, you need to have at least 8 characters, right?
I believe. Yeah, I think that's probably a good number.
Something like that, or at least double each role.
Yeah, and then 2 for each role. Yeah.
Playing just like any other, I guess it's true with any game kind of like this. Team-based objective games is if you're playing by yourself, it's just atrocious.
Yeah,
no one's working together. No one's and if the other team has any communication, even if it's just like 2 of the people or 3 of the people, they're fucking gonna raffle stomp you.
That's what I've started to notice about a lot of these forced cooperation games is that you don't have any communication. The other team has at least 2 people together. You could just see it.
Yeah,
I honestly forgot this game came out. I forgot about it.
As soon as I seen it, I was just like, okay, yeah.
It had a lot of hype when it
did
came
have a
out.
lot of hype.
And it
just
looked good
died
from
out.
what we saw. I remember that.
It was fun, and it looked like graphically it was really good. I liked what they did. Is they didn't put out enough content, and they released it with too little content. So
Unfortunate.
It died off, unfortunately. And I felt bad because I got one of my friends to buy it, and we played it for like one night, and then we never played it again.
Man, that sucks.
Let us never speak of it again.
Yeah,
That happens. We all get.
I got.
Yeah, they got you good.
All right, so this next one is You Fucked Up Award, the most disappointing game of the year. Yeah.
Pretty much just.
We know what this is.
You know
gonna
what
be.
this is. You know what we're here for. So,
You know why I'm here.
Let's do it.
so this was
Battlefield
Darius's.
2042 was my pick because of all the things that Steven said. And then also being a person who has been a big proponent and champion of the Battlefield series. Like all right, so the only year I didn't try to get myself hyped up for Battlefield was at 5? 5 was before 2042, right?
Yeah.
So the previous entry, I was just like, okay, yeah, we're still doing
Because
Wars.
prior to that, they did World War One.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then 5 was World War II, and I was already checked out because I was the one over here hyping up 1. Like, oh, I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be good. And then we played it a few times, and I was just like,
I liked 1.
It's not. I liked it, but it's just that setting, man. Like I feel like it just limits you so much.
I needed to at least be in like what Cold War. I needed to at least be 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
It can't be this because you want to be able to.
You lose stuff going that far.
Yeah, you lose. That's that. And Battlefield's supposed to have all these guns, and then we finally get a futuristic, I guess, 2042 Battlefield, and it's got less guns than any Battlefield I've ever played. It's got less maps than and like the maps are so generic and flat and like open, and you just run up to die.
Yeah, I was not happy with this game, and I was super hyped for it. Like,
Yeah.
And we play hazard mode first, so we got the best of the game, and we're thinking we just got the intro to it. We're like, okay, yeah, this is fun. Let's jump into one of these big maps. This isn't fun.
And let me tell you, I am so glad we didn't buy this game.
we were talking about
buying. We were talking about trying to get the.
We all have Game Pass, so we did the free 10 hours.
Yeah,
Right.
we're
That's
talking
what
about
we
getting
played.
the juiced up
We
version.
were trying to get the juice up version so we could play a week earlier.
Yeah.
I'm
But
so
we
glad they didn't
found
have-
out we could play the 10 hours early.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, once we hit 10 hours, we're going to have to make the decision. Are we going to buy the juice version so we can play for another couple days? Because we all had a bad taste in our mouth from Call of Duty.
right.
Yeah, we
Which
were
is
trying to.
Boom. Call of
Steve's
Duty.
most disappointing game.
My disappointing game was Call of Duty Vanguard. And I kind of, like I said before, I was kind of switching back and forth between Battlefield and Call of Duty for these last 2 awards. But I settled on Call of Duty Vanguard just because I had so much fun with Modern Warfare and with Black Ops.
That's the thing. We had 2 games in a row where we like at least me and you, especially multiplayer.
Yeah.
We had put in some time.
We had put in some time. We put in money. And I was just so let down by this. And I kind of figured I would be because once again, they decided to go back into
we talked ourselves
World
into
War
it.
One, right?
Yeah, it's World War. No, it's World War II.
World War Two.
It's World War II.
We talked ourselves into it. Though.
Talked ourselves into it. And
And it looked fun, though.
it's
Yeah.
But then the time to kill is just way too
I had
fast.
a little fun with it when we first started playing, but then the more I played it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's just there's too much shit happening,
And you
There's
can't
way
turn it
too
off.
much.
You cannot turn the modes off.
Like, you die so quickly."
Yeah, the time to kill is way too fast.
Yes, and then you can't even tell when bombs are dropping half the time because there's so much shit happening. The announcer is saying something else.
That was probably the worst thing is how fast. Like there's too much happening for the game to tell you what's going on.
Yep. I don't like the operators for real.
Well, you know my problem with the operators is they tried to put emphasis on the operators, but they were very lazy about it.
right?
So like you have like a dozen operators, right?
Yeah,
Everybody's little video is the same.
yeah. One's little, especially like the end of match video.
Oh, and they're forcing like look at these things, look at this ending camera, look at this thing.
See, I was watching like kind of like a special on it about the decisions behind some of the things that they did, and they put so much emphasis on the operators because they said, "Oh, well, Call of Duty doesn't have any memorable characters." I was like, "What do you mean? You have all the characters from Black Ops, from Modern Warfare. Like it doesn't make any sense. So they said they wanted to put a lot of emphasis on these operators so people can remember them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just didn't like them. The only fun I actually had, a lot of fun, was with Champion Hill.
Yeah, I enjoyed Champion Hill.
Champion Hill was fun.
So Champion Hill, now we played it at first with all three of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be a little bit too much.
It was too chaotic. It was too chaotic.
With 3 people, it might be too chaotic. But with 2 people, it was really fun.
It's like gunfight.
It was like, it was kind of like
gunfight is best at 2v2.
Yeah.
I know we've done like multiple people, and
it's just built for a 2v2.
And they built onto the like. I wish they would just have an actual gunfight mode, because I really like the idea of progressing your weapons as you go through it, like they did in Champion Hill. I thought that was kind of cool.
So I don't know why they decided to go a whole new thing, but it's fun. But I
enjoyed it.
Obviously, I think
we got a bad taste from Champion Hill because we couldn't do private server.
Yeah,
well, that too.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It was like, why not?
But the game mode itself was really solid.
Yeah, but
that's the only good thing from Vanguard, minus not counting campaign.
And honestly, I think it seems like most people don't even play it. I think they just play multiplayer. So.
Yeah, it's been.
What the fuck do we know?
I don't even think people play the multiplayer that much. Everybody's moved on to Warzone again.
They're not playing Warzone either.
Oh yeah,
like
there's a bunch of problems with
this
that.
Launch, this whole Vanguard initiative that they've been doing has not worked out the way that they thought it would, and it's not even like. You know how if a game does like more of the same, it's like, you might not get people who be like, oh, it's the same game as it was, but you'll have enough people that's especially with Call of Duty that's happy that we get more of the same.
And you know what the bad thing about this is too, like, let's say you don't like the new Call of Duty or whatever, like I fucking hate it. Actually, you're gonna be reminded of it every time you try to play Warzone. Or any other, if you try to play Black Ops, you're going to be reminded of Vanguard.
Modern Warfare as well. All of them have it in them now.
You're gonna see Call of Duty Vanguard every time you open up the Call of Duty client.
And it defaults to Vanguard. Like even if you're on the console, when you go into, let's say you go into Warzone or Modern Warfare, by default it starts on Vanguard. You want to play it?
You want to play? You want to buy it?
And it's like, dude.
But anyway. It sucks.
Yeah, if they fucked up.
Well, like I said, that left a bad taste in your mouth. Yep. So I was super looking forward to Battlefield. And we were, like we talked earlier, we were let down.
There you go.
That was my fucked up award.
Which also lets you know how much we put into stake into new first person shooters.
Well, I mean, that's probably the thing we play together the most.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like, at least right now, anyway. So. Sucks, man.
It sucks a lot.
Yeah, I was just so disappointed. Yeah. Like I was super amped up, and like I said, we were debating on whether we should buy the juiced up version of Battlefield.
Was it like $80 or something like that?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah. It was gonna hurt.
We're like, God, we only have 10 hours. We're gonna burn through this, and we burned through half of it like in one night.
Yeah,
and realized. That's all we need to play.
All we need to play.
Yeah, we didn't jump back on the next day. No. Nobody was.
Well, we didn't jump on it because we got saved.
That's right. Halo
Infinite. It came out that Monday or Tuesday, whatever the Xbox 20th anniversary was.
Yeah, it's that Tuesday.
Yeah, that Tuesday, and we were saved. We were like, this is something we can play.
Yes,
Slayer.
Halo so much Slayer.
But I digress. We should probably move on to the next one.
Gain the lead.
So the next one is Cool Story Bro Award. It's the best story game of the year.
Serious?
For me, it would have been 12 minutes.
Up until that last
little bit. So I picked Guardians of the Galaxy, which I think people didn't play this game. Like, I know it's getting a lot of awards towards the end of the year and stuff like that, and I'm really happy for them. But I think more people should really take a shot on this, especially if you like Marvel properties, if you're a comic book person, all of that stuff. This isn't a MCU-based game. And I know that kind of scares some people because of the Avengers game, but I think it being a single player game and it being more contained, the story is fantastic. Like it's just a really good, well written story. The voiceovers, the interactions, like it flows really well. It's probably the best choice game I've played since Mass Effect. And that's high praise for me. So I really think people should really give it a shot. And I hope they do more. One, I hope they do another Guardians game, but I hope they do some of the narratives, other Marvel narratives like this. Like the only thing comic book wise that I think is better as far as a single player game would be the Spider-Man series.
Yeah, before you even submitted, I knew this was going to be your cool story, bro award. Because of how much praise you've given it since you've played it.
Yeah, man, it was a fantastic journey. I really think it's a great game.
I do think that the Avengers game kind of gave this one a bad rap.
Yeah,
and it kind of flew under.
Yeah,
and it kind of flew under people's radar. But
and
it's
it got
definitely
pushed back.
Yeah, it got pushed back, I think, but it's worth it, and I'm sure you'll see more of it just because I think it did better than what they thought it would be.
Oh yeah. See, Square doesn't have to give up the license.
There you go.
So what about you, Steven? What was yours?
Mine was a little game called Inscription.
Are you still talking about God? What is
Now, see where he's coming from. See viewers. You hear this? You see this?
No,
I didn't say nothing bad. I didn't say nothing bad.
I didn't say shit.
I didn't say nothing bad about Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't give you no shit.
Let me just.
But as soon as my game comes up, what is this stupid shit?
First of all, I didn't call the game stupid.
It sounded like you did. It felt like it.
I just want to. I need to set the record straight. I didn't call the game dumb. I am surprised at this award by you because I could have sworn up until like 3 days ago I had never heard you mention this game, and all of a sudden Frank Vincent comes into the shop and is talking about
I've said
the game.
it before. Then, first of all,
I've never heard.
Yes,
I don't. No,
Wait.
Let me take that back.
I've said it before.
I don't
Frank Vincent
remember you
did come
saying
up here.
When?
You were gone. You out of town, bud. You don't count.
Yeah,
he messed up. He was here for Christmas, and he
How you doing?
He's doing good.
Yeah,
Said his store was burning down, but other than that, he's doing good.
not literally.
Not literally. No, it's just.
I
some
figure
things
it's
happen.
figuratively.
But he came in and he mentioned this game. He's like, "No, you should really play it. Play something about frogs on lily pads or something too that I couldn't tell what he was talking about."
Now, but let me preface this. Let me say this now. I didn't actually play this.
You watch some people.
I watched somebody play this,
That's fine.
and
At this day and age, I think that's a perfectly good way to consume gaming content.
yeah, I think so too.
Because there's some games that I haven't played, but I definitely have watched them play through.
Yeah.
And this game is I don't want to say anything because it can kind of spoil it, but it's not what you think it is. It's a lot of different things.
It's a roguelike deck builder, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I'm out.
I say that it is, but it's also more.
But it is.
It is, but it's also more.
As when you submitted this as your thing,
Okay.
and how much shit we've been giving roguelike deck builder games.
See, I know you was going to say that. I know you was going to do that.
Because
That's why you submitted it, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, it is.
I
It is.
did
Oh,
it.
it's 100%.
I did
he's
it.
trolling us.
Even though I knew that you guys, even all of us, were talking about how there were too many
How
roguelike
stupid
deck
genre
builders.
it is.
I don't think it's stupid genres but there's so many games that
I don't
that.
have a problem with roguelike games, right? I don't have a problem with deck building games.
When you put them
I have a
together.
problem with the number of roguelike deck builders.
This game is more of a
and
deck builder.
I play Slay the Spire. Like,
This game is more of a deck builder than anything. But that's all I'm going to say.
But you like the story.
I do like the story because it's very unpredictable.
okay, I believe you
And
though.
I would encourage people if
People
you don't,
who've
if you
experienced
don't
it
want
have said
to
that.
if you don't want to buy it, just watch a let's play of it.
Why don't you play it for the people?
I already know what's going to happen, so it's pretty much like I lived it already. You know, so,
Okay.
Why are you shrugging your shoulders like that?
just saying.
You shouldn't need you wiping your face.
But yeah, just look up on YouTube, look up Let's Play. Yeah, or you can just look up the story. But I think it's best if you kind of see it as it happens.
Gotcha.
What do you think mine is?
Yours, cool story. You see, you played. See, both of you guys play more games than I have this year, so I don't know. It can be anything.
Well, you're right. It could be anything. Mine is
Deeplit
yeah,
and Wonder Labyrinth.
The Record of the Lotus War.
Even favorite anime, apparently.
It's not my favorite anime. It's just a really good anime.
No, this is
especially if
a
you like.
Metroidvania game that came out. I think it came out in May, but I played it about 3 months ago.
Okay.
Dude, and
You ran through it.
I ran through it.
Well, it looks beautiful, but it looks so good.
I think I played it in 2 sittings.
Yeah.
Nice.
Almost finished it in the first 1 sitting though.
Damn.
Played it during the lock-in.
Yeah, it's really good. The story, I didn't honestly until Steven said something. I thought it was its own world, like it was just for the game. I didn't realize it was an anime beforehand, so that's probably why it had such a good story because it had that background. But yeah, it's really good. You play as what's her name again?
Deedlit.
Deedlit, and you are like in some dream state world and you're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on and how to get out of it. It's really good. But if you like Metroidvania games, just being a Metroidvania game makes the game as a Metroidvania game is really solid. Outside of
it's free on Game Pass.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, just with the last couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
That's a good chance to check it out.
Yep.
Anime is really good. It's especially if you like high fantasy stuff. And that is an older anime from like the late 80s, early 90s, I think. So it's going to be in that time period.
It's about the story.
But yeah, well, and the animation's really good too. But it's just, you can tell that it's from a certain time period.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
All right, so this next one is Get Good Award, the toughest game of the year.
Okay.
I don't remember what I picked.
So Darius chose.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Shin Magma Titties.
Shin Magma Titties V.
Yeah. Well, the reason why
What's
this
the
game
actual
is,
game name?
Yeah, it is.
For our listeners.
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Well, my issue with it is it's nothing like Persona, and I really thought it was going to be like, I'm just playing.
A lot of people did though.
Unfortunately, somehow they decided that it was going to be like Persona. No, but I mean, this game is supposed to be hard, and it's not even like you can't, like the game can't be easy. It's just that the way it's designed is you're supposed to. It's almost like this trial and error is a part of the process, but it's really good, so it makes you want to keep playing.
Please don't do that.
Bring the whole thing down.
I kicked the thing by mistake. But yeah, so I mean, but it's such a fun game that like at least I don't mind how hard it gets sometimes.
Now see, I almost picked this one. I almost did because it is difficult.
I was surprised by your pick actually.
Why?
What's your pick?
Because you didn't play the game.
I know I didn't play it, but I saw you play it.
Okay, so what's your pick?
And I saw the difficulty of it. Metroid Dread.
Ah, okay.
And one of the reasons I picked it was, yes, I didn't play it, but I did watch you play a lot of it. Pretty much
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole game.
All of it
Pretty much
except
the
for the
whole
very
game.
beginning.
I only missed the last part of it live. I had to go back and watch.
And I know that for a AAA title, well, it's AAA. It's Metroid from Nintendo.
Yeah, it's AAA. It's AAA.
It's very difficult compared to most AAA titles. It's not the most difficult game.
It's more difficult for the Metroid games.
It's very difficult for a Metro game. It's probably more difficult than 95% of the games that's come out this year.
Yeah.
But I like it because it challenges you to use all of the abilities and stuff like that.
Yes.
And you can speed run it, which may not make you think that it's hard, but the abilities that it gives you makes you think outside the box, which I think kind of adds to the difficulty.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's usually more than one way to kind of do stuff in that game too.
So
if you figure out certain things.
yeah. So that's why I went for it.
I got you.
So like I said, I almost picked Shin Megami, but also I kind of didn't want to pick the same category, the same game for different categories.
You didn't know what I picked though.
I'm talking about for me. This is a spoiler later on.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So I don't remember what I was going to pick, but I know I didn't pick. So honorable mention before we go to my actual pick was Halo Infinite.
Ooh. Yeah, because you can cook.
You did get jumped.
I got fucking the very end. Like it's funny. Like so, the end boss. I didn't have problem with the actual boss, but I had problem with the phases in between when you fight the boss.
Got you.
And I was only fucking playing on heroic, and I was getting cooked. I can't imagine what legendary would be.
So what's heroic on the
Hard.
It's right underneath the legendary.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to do normal because I figured I'd just run through it, but I wanted some kind of resistance.
I haven't played the Halos before, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but mine, I actually don't remember what it is. Hell Let Loose.
That is definitely a get good game because people will make you see that there's clearly a learning curve.
Oh yeah, there's a definitely high learning curve. You can't go into this game thinking it's gonna be like another Call of Duty.
It ain't even like, it's not like a Call of Duty. It's not like a Battlefield. It's not even like, it doesn't even feel like Rain. Yeah, it's not even like
that. It's not like any other shooter, really.
No.
And there's a lot of, like, when you get into it, like, you don't want to be like a squad leader or even the fucking general.
No,
because there's so much responsibility you have.
It's too much, baby.
And if
team
you're
is
not
getting cooked.
And if you're not
what doing, sir?
If you don't know what you're doing in those positions, you can completely fuck over your entire team.
Yeah.
And your entire team consists of 64 or 63 other people.
Yep.
So you're fucking over 63 other people.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, losing in that game It's one of those games that like you feel it.
Yeah.
Like as you're losing ground on the map and stuff like that, like
Yeah, it's like
it hurts. It hurts a little bit.
It does.
but it's fun.
Yeah.
If you put the time into it, you can get a lot out of it.
Oh yeah, I definitely had some fun with it.
It's one of those games you have to put a lot of hours in to get.
It's a very high
something
learning curve.
And you probably want to try to find some sort of group that you can have at least a handful of people with when you play.
Yeah, so you can get into the same squad and people that want to communicate and try to work towards a goal.
Yeah.
And hopefully don't get shot in the back by your teammate.
Yeah, that too.
All right, so the next award is the Welcome Back Award.
Welcome back.
This is
Welcome
for the
back.
best sequel
Welcome
or
back.
addition to a franchise.
It's light work.
So what was this one for you, Darius?
This was Halo.
Let
Okay.
me see that halo.
I don't know what that was, but
Song.
it's a
Look
song.
it up.
I believe it's a song. I believe it's a song that you sung right now.
Look it up.
Halo Infinite
We're not looking that up.
saved us from multiplayer hell. Story from what I've been
indeed.
watching Zach play, great.
Campaign is really good.
I missed some of the entries in between, so there's certain parts that I don't know, so I might be missing some stuff. But enjoying watching that, and I just feel like as far as putting a sequel or another entry into your series for Microsoft, this was probably like one of the most important times for Halo.
Yeah.
And I think they did a great job. The only thing I'm kind of nervous about, I heard someone mention this, and this has nothing to do with whether or not Halo Infinite is the game of the, entry best sequel or Welcome Back Award winner, is they could only do cosmetic stuff because all the guns are already in the game.
Wait, what?
All the weapons are already in the game, or is there anything that's missing? As far as
Everything's
multiplayer,
everything's in there.
so like the additions, like the positive and negative of like Call of Duty, for example, right, is they add guns as the lifespan of the game goes
Right,
on.
yeah. Because there's like thousands of types of guns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that could be like long
And they're
term,
based off of real world stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it would be cool if they did add.
I mean,
some guns.
technically
They could.
They could, right? But
technically
traditionally they
could
haven't.
Right, and I don't think they will. But technically there is one gun missing
What gun is
that
that?
I can think of off the top of my head, and that is the SMGs.
Oh yeah,
The dual wielding SMGs.
Yep.
But there's no dual wielding in this game, so I think having just a single SMG wouldn't be worth it.
no, but it could bring dual wielding back.
They could. Why couldn't they bring it
I
back?
wish they would bring it back because I thought it opened up a lot of cool combo. Like, because you can combo, like, obviously all weapons can't be dual wield.
Yeah,
but you can
combo
combo
some of-
stuff in pretty cool ways.
I always thought that was
Why can't
cool.
you just if you pick the SMGs up, it's just you're dual wielding those.
I mean, that could be an option too. That's the only dual wielding gun in the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that could be an option. I don't see why they couldn't do that. But it also might be a
Balance.
not a balance, but like, is the game engine
Oh
built
yeah,
for that?
yeah, that makes sense.
But
That's a good choice, man.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you. I think
That's your choice.
I don't think so. I think because I saw his, I'm like, I don't want to choose the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Even though I did earlier in an earlier category,
we can't be synced up too much. People start
I
thinking.
want.
stuff.
Well, I think I wanted to shout out. Honestly, fucking forget what I put, but I think
It's a what? It's a sham.
I wanted to show more titles.
I feel you. I kind of.
No, I'm the same way because I didn't want to choose the same thing for different categories. So
So what was yours, Steven?
Shin Megami Tensei.
See, I was gonna pick Pokemon, but I thought you might pick Pokemon.
I was gonna pick. I was gonna pick Pokemon Snap.
Ooh, yeah. See, I forgot about that. Came out this year, didn't it?
Yeah.
Dang, who
Actually,
get
a lot of games
Hey,
came
A
out.
lot
this
of
year.
good, a lot of games.
Let's get an
came out this
honorable
year. A lot
mention
of
for
good
Pokemon Snap. Then,
games.
how
Pokemon
about
Snap,
that?
Honorable mention for Pokemon Snap.
All right.
But I thought about it. I was like, man, I'm really enjoying this game right now. And the last one was on the 3DS. Or was
Yeah,
it
it's
DS?
3D. It's 3DS.
Was it 3DS? Yeah. But it's the first time it's been a console for a while. So I was excited to see it back.
I'm very happy with it.
Hopefully it sold well enough that
pretty
it
sure
won't
it
be
did.
as long until we get another one. But who knows?
I think the only thing that hurts this game is it's exclusive on Switch.
Exclusives on Switch, yeah, that could be a problem. But
I wouldn't expect it to be on the other two systems, but if it was at least on PC, I think it would have helped
Because
out
of
a lot.
the graphics.
it may come back on PC
Well,
eventually, maybe.
I just think like it being on the Switch is good for the Switch, but I always feel like games that are not first party titles, like it's not a Metroid or a Mario, that like the PC option, I always like that being available to people.
Yeah, I don't know what. It must be some weird deal they got going on where maybe Nintendo gets the Shin Megami stuff and
It seems like
Sony gets the Persona stuff.
But PC gets the Persona stuff too.
Yeah, but now it's on PC as well. So I don't know. Maybe this eventually come to PC. Who knows? But that's my choice.
So my choice was also Halo Infinite.
It's a good choice, man.
I knew that from the start.
Yeah, I figured.
I was just.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Did he say he matched up with me with two things?
I get you.
But like we already talked about,
Halo's back, baby.
Yeah, you've heard us talk about it and gush about it over the last month.
Don't gush over that.
Hey, it's a good spot. Like Call of Duty's disappointing, Battlefield's disappointing. Halo needs to just.
It is the first person shooter that saved us this season.
This would have been a very dark time, especially because this is like the only time that we actually do take days off.
I'll tell you what, if Halo was bad too, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. What game we would play?
So what makes it so good is, yes, that helps that Call of Duty and Battlefield were terrible, but when Halo 5 came out, it wasn't well received. Mm-hmm. But they kept working on it and building on it, and before Halo Infinite came out, Halo 5 was a great game and a great multiplayer experience, even though it didn't have the player base to show for it because they all got scared away when it first came out. And it just makes me feel like Infinite is built on what Halo 5 did, and I know they're going to continue to work on it and to continue to give us a lot of great content as we go further. So I believe Halo Infinite is in a great spot, and it can only get better.
I agree.
Yes, sir. I also agree.
All right, so this is our last category. Obviously, it's the game of the year. The best game of the year. So what was yours, Darius?
Mine was the quintessential PS5 experience of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Okay. I mean that. Like, this is one of the first games where I'm like, okay, this is why the PlayStation 5 looks like a giant router. Like, because it has to have the power to play these games. And what I mean by that is Ratchet and Clank is like playing a Pixar movie from start to finish. Like, the game, the graphics are really, really good, but they also focused on making sure that the gameplay graphics and the cutscene graphics are very intertwined. So, like, when you customize how your character looks, they look like that in the cutscenes, like color scheme and all. And there's a bunch of different parts you can collect, and it flows really well. And it's also like one of those games that doesn't need to be super hard. It doesn't, like it knows what it is. The guns are really cool. They're all different. The upgrade systems are good. They're not like the most in-depth upgrade systems, but you got to work for it. But it's also not impossible to max out a weapon that you like. And you can see the differences as you put different augments and upgrades into your weapons. You see all of that. It's just fun. It's just good old-fashioned platforming fun.
That's a game when you see it, you know it's next gen.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you see it and really hear it, actually, because the sound is another thing really that smooth. I don't know what it is about these Sony next gen games, like first party anyway. Those sounds are just like. So yeah, my game of the year. It was getting close with Guardians, but Guardians also had, unfortunately, when I played it, it had some glitches that will cause you to have to reload a few times and things like that. So that hurts it. And this game hadn't. Like, there was never a random crash. There was never any, like, clipping or, like, things not loading correct. Like, everything was just, from day one, good to go. And it wasn't, like, 1,000 gigabytes. I think it's like 35 gigabytes, so it's not even a
very
huge
respectable
game. Yeah, it's like, they're maximizing it. So
very doable.
Yeah, really good.
Cool.
What about you, Steve?
My game of the year
this
might be a weird one. But Final Fantasy 14. Okay. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you making that face? Why are you looking like that? What was your game of the year?
Like, I thought you were trolling with Inscription.
No, I'm not.
And then it just confirmed that you were trolling when you said Final Fantasy 14.
No, I'm not. Because here's the thing, okay?
He's got an affinity for 14.
Here's the thing. I want you to picture this, okay? How many years has it been since the original Final Fantasy 14 came out? It's been a while, like
2012,
12, something like that.
Yeah, it's like 2012.
All right. The game was so bad.
Yes,
that
it was.
They destroyed the original world and it was reborn into a brand new game. They took the game offline.
A Realm Reborn.
Brought it back I think it was like a year later or a few months. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, it was almost a year later. I don't think it was quite a year, but it was a
right. So they brought it back. Game was infinitely better.
Yeah.
And it's been building year after year after year. Okay.
It's the culmination.
It's a culmination. All right. Fast forward to now.
Okay.
Fast forward to now. Final Fantasy 14 is more played than World of Warcraft now. Now, that's also due to the fact that there's some stuff going on with Blizzard that we're not going to talk about on this podcast. That's probably some of it.
Well, just player base is just not what it used to be.
But I think from going to a game that's so bad that you have to take it offline to redo it, fast forward to now where it's the most played MMO.
Only because of issues at Blizzard.
Hey, that ain't Final Fantasy's fault, though.
So you need to put
maybe.
an asterisk on that,
Maybe.
sir.
That ain't Final Fantasy's fault, though. That ain't their fault.
I'm saying
That ain't
that's
their
probably
fault.
part of it, but that's not the only reason.
It's the onlyest reason.
No, because that is it. The people that I've watched who went from WoW to Final Fantasy 14, they said they were just getting tired of what was happening
At Blizzard.
with World of Warcraft.
Uh,
But I'm just
people
gonna say, I'm not
that
getting
make
at you.
it-
I'm not getting at
Stop
you.
putting that
I'm not
bottle
getting at
that
you.
we're not getting sponsor money from on the screen.
I'm not going to. Oh shit, my bad. I'm not going to get into it with you, but I'm just saying
I'm
that
just messing.
I like the fact that it went from that low to this high.
Let me say this though, as a kudos to what they've done with Final Fantasy 14. I hadn't seen the game like an MMO say, "Hey man, we can't get any new accounts right now. It's too many people."
Did they stop actually selling?
They
new
stopped
copies of
selling the game. They're like, "Nah, it's too many people."
Let me ask you this.
What you gonna say? What you gonna?
No,
answer?
no, no. I respect your game of the year. Do you have a game of the year that came out this year?
Game of the year that came out this year? Let me think about that.
All right. I'll let you think about it. We're going to go to mine.
Okay.
Whoop.
Let's escape from fucking Tarkov.
No.
I
It
knew it
didn't
was-
come
I-
out this year.
Okay.
I knew
That's
it was
not
gonna
the
be
point of
Metroid
that
Dread.
category. It was Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I figured it was gonna be that.
And Walker
It was
came out
it
this
was
year.
very close between this and Halo. Because I believe my Halo pick, it could have been Metroid Dread as well.
Oh yeah.
Because it was a great addition to the franchise.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just a solid game. I had so much fun with it.
I enjoy it. You know what? As a person who doesn't like watching people play games like Metroid, I've really enjoyed watching you play this game.
And it's I don't know what it is with me. I can't replay games. Like I find it very boring to replay games.
I can understand that.
But I almost replayed this game. Almost. But I didn't. But it's still a great game. I think anybody that likes anything remotely close to Metroidvania games has to play this game. It's that good.
I think the general consensus would agree. One, if you're a fan of the genre, if you're a fan of Metroid, it's a must play.
Like I hope they make a sequel. Or not. I hope they make another Metroidvania type game. Now, I don't want a Prime. I want a game just like Metroid.
Oh yeah,
Dread.
I'm already out of Prime. We got Metroid Dread. I don't feel like there's a reason for Prime anymore.
Yeah, give us more of this stuff.
You're gonna get more of it.
And it did really well. So I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand why they wouldn't do it.
Well, the thing too, though, is that even if they've already greenlit a sequel, you know Nintendo spreads those games out,
Yeah,
and we still
We
haven't
won't
found out
see
what
it
the
for
new
4 or 5
Mario is
years.
yet. Like the only game that we've heard about that's been like a sequel to one of the Switch games is Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
And we've seen more Hyrule Warriors content than Breath of the Wild 2 content.
Yep.
2 Hyrule Warriors.
And we're still
games.
waiting on a fucking Mario Kart. We
got
still haven't
one.
seen a Mario Kart.
Got Deluxe 8, bud.
You'll probably see Metroid Prime again before you see Metroid.
Oh, yeah,
TV
definitely.
Metroid.
Oh yeah,
'Cause they had already said they was working on
Unfortunately,
the
that's yeah.
Suck it up.
Figure out a game.
Yeah.
What you got?
Final Fantasy 14. And
Hey, we're done.
That's
no, I
fine.
was actually gonna pick Shin Megami Tensei, but
That's fine. That's a good game.
I don't want you to give me a hard time, man.
Because it didn't come out this year
You don't follow the rules.
Endwalker came out this year.
as an
Came
expansion.
out a couple of weeks ago. That counts as a game.
But you didn't even mention Endwalker at all the entire time you were talking. I had put it up on the screen.
You put it up there because that's the thing you saw.
So that's what I was hoping you were talking about.
I was talking about the game. We talk about the expansion. You talk about the whole thing. Okay.
Whatever.
I don't understand. Like now, if he was still playing WoW and that WoW expansion came out this year,
Apocalyptic
I
Cataclysm.
talk about the expansion, not the whole game. Nobody give a shit about no fucking Deathwing.
What was that?
That's from Cataclysm.
Oh,
well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed our choices.
Our Larry Too Nasty Awards.
Shout out to Larry.
yes, sir.
Appreciate that, man.
Check out the L2N Gaming. I need some more, as a request from Larry, I need some more, what did he put, looking for a scrap when he played DNF Duel?
Yeah, it was like, let's scrap.
Yeah, let's scrap. I need some more of that. I'm trying to fight. That's what I want to see.
Let's fight.
Let's fight, mate.
All right, so what we're going to do for the rest of this podcast is we're going to talk about, we all saw Spider-Man No Way Home.
So if you have not,
So if you have not, go ahead and shut it off. For the rest of this podcast, there'll be spoilers.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
like, comment, subscribe, share. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Make sure you finger blast that bell icon. If you're watching this on YouTube, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
And make sure you tell a friend about us, man.
Yeah, spread
get
the
the word out.
Yeah, let them know about this cool content.
This thing of ours.
But yeah,
All right, so you have been warned.
Explosion. Boom. All right.
all right. So
What up?
Boom. What up?
Spider-Man,
What you think? What y'all think?
I liked it.
What y'all think?
I thought it was a good movie. And let me be upfront. I have not seen Homecoming. I've only seen the last two.
That's all right. You don't need to see Homecoming.
I don't know why I never went and saw Homecoming.
You probably too.
Probably the same reason I never watched Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Y'all still hung up on you hung up on Andrew Garfield, so you didn't want to see the new Spider-Man.
Maybe that because Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's number 3.
Yeah. Okay. It's really good. It's really, really, really good.
First and foremost, for me, I for one am just happy that fans of these things get these movies in a way that brings all the fandom like together in one place, right? Because the original trilogy of Spider-Man, good movies. I enjoyed them when they came out. I'd still probably watch them if they were on TV or something. Same thing with the Andrew Garfield movies. Like, enjoyed them, great. But the movies, and until No Way Home, I always held the show, the 90s animated series, in a higher regard because of its willingness to give us more of everything Spider-Man. Like, that was the greatest thing about the cartoons, was you got all of these people, all of these things happening at the same time. In the movies, you know, while they were better than a lot of the superhero stuff, they still followed the movie restrictions to some degree.
Except for Miles Morales. Miles Morales was the only one that kind of gave us a glimpse into that.
Which about the end of the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but that was animated.
Yeah.
So my thing was, like, with the live action ones, we weren't ever really gonna until now. It felt like we never really were gonna get them going all in on.
Well, this is really in movies in general. This is like the first time we've ever gotten something like this, where you pull characters that, like, I guess you could say Blade Runner too. You kind of got it with Harrison Ford and the new Blade Runner, whatever.
Yeah.
Was Ryan Gosling, but like. We got 3 different types, like it's 3 different people that played the same character all together. When I guess Star Trek did it too with Spock.
Yeah, but that's the same. So with those though, those are the same. They're all in the same universe.
Yeah, same characters.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying like the same actors are in the movie together that are playing the same characters.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So this was, I guess it wasn't unprecedented, but it wasn't. This is the first time it's been done to this scale.
Yeah, so that was my thing. Is like you had mentioned earlier, Stephen, before we had recorded about like the Sinister Six stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, when you're watching it and they're in that apartment, they're in Happy's apartment, when he first like brings the guys around and he's trying to fix everything, like they when he's got the spider sense going off, he's trying to figure out who it is.
Yeah.
And they show him in the middle and all of them are surrounding him. I'm like, yo, that's a crazy shot. That's a shot that you would normally get, like
some scary shit.
Yeah, it's like they're taking the comic stuff, right? And like that shot to me could have been a comic panel.
Yeah.
Like of them looking at him going like, it could be any of us, and it probably will end up being all of us. Because if you read the comics and you watch the cartoons, it ends up being like the most insurmountable odds. And the comics and cartoons have always had the ability to like bring other Spider-Man in and stuff like that. Normally, one of the things I kind of didn't like about a lot of hero movies, and this was my biggest issue with not Spider-Man, but Transformers, for example, right, is doing the look at all these villains, and then you get the same like core of heroes, but they pull it out.
It was like 72 Decepticons and
6 Autobots in the army.
And we somehow win.
And I was like, bro, I couldn't stay. And so I was hoping, I'm like, unfortunately, it got spoiled for me that, what happens. So
that Andrew and Toby were in it.
Yeah. So, like, knowing that, I still was excited to say, okay.
They did a good job keeping it hush-hush.
Oh, very good job. Yeah.
Now, thankfully, I wasn't spoiled as much as you were, and I knew that they were probably going to be in it, but that's as much as I knew.
Yeah.
So I came in pretty fresh, and
as was I.
Yeah. So, and I got what I expected. In fact, I got more than what I expected because I grew up watching the Spider-Man movies, the Tobey Maguire ones, and they were my favorite. He's probably my favorite Spider-Man movies. For a while.
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw is ready.
Yeah, you hear us quote that all the time.
Yeah. So,
but go ahead.
Yeah, don't interrupt me, man.
Fuck you.
But it was just so good to see what could have been if there was an MCU.
Dude, I didn't realize how old he was.
Yeah, Toby.
And you can tell.
Oh yeah, he's a lot older.
The back thing was funny.
Oh yeah, the back thing was funny.
Like, it's probably from all that web swinging.
Yeah.
Not cracking for you.
But it was so good just to see him back. And I forgot how good Andrew was as being Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
I'm telling you, I think he was the best one. When they were all three together, he was killing his, like,
as much as I love
he
Tobey
maximized
Maguire's
his
version,
scenes.
I always thought it was a sham that he never got his third movie.
Yeah, it's kind of
well,
weird.
yeah. There's it was the things that he couldn't control. So there was a lot of a lot of
it's all Hollywood.
People throwing their weight around. Anyway, thankfully we kind of got a lot of.
It's almost like we got closure with the other two Spider-Man.
We got a lot of closure with the other Spider-Man. There were some things that were still missing, like Harry from Tobey Maguire's universe didn't come back.
He's in trouble right now. So
yeah. Oh yeah. But this is also before. That was before this. Like they filmed before that came out, right?
No. It's been
an
ongoing
like 2017.
Thing. Yeah.
Oh, did it for real?
Yeah, it's been an ongoing thing for a long time.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. So that might be why he didn't
Never meet your heroes.
But and I think that might have been it. It's really there was no resolution there.
Well, I mean, there was also like there were certain things.
Didn't Harry die
in
Toby's?
Well, yeah, but the other people did too, and they still showed up, and they were basically.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you show up basically right before you die.
Yeah.
Or as you died, right?
Or as you died.
Yeah.
Right when you died, you woke back up. You was in the world, in the new world.
And then there was no Venom.
Right, no Venom. So there's no Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
But they did bring pretty much every other villain back.
Yeah.
So which was nice. And like you said earlier, you finally got that Sinister Six vibe that you kind of wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so cool seeing all three Spider-Man together and then working together, and then realize that they're not part of a team really, so they didn't know how to work together.
Yeah.
So they had to kind of coordinate how they were going to do things.
Man, they were doing when
I think that's one of the things. Sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
I think that's one of the things that the Amazing Spider-Man series has done that did really well was to show the amateurness of Spider-Man when he was first becoming Spider-Man. Like he didn't have everything figured out.
Yeah,
that's why those were my favorite because it showed the human side of him.
Yeah, and with Tom Holland's version, he was already Spider-Man when we first met him, so you kind of missed that part with him. But with Toby, he kind of learned it as well. But I think I think being awkward with it is probably. I think Andrew probably did the best version.
Oh,
of
yeah.
that.
Well, I liked Andrew Garfield's version because I felt like he was he felt like the most like one of us.
Yeah.
Like his portrayal was more of like, if you were Spider-Man, you'd probably be acting like this.
Yeah.
So I was looking like somebody posted online. It kind of made sense. I kind of agree with it. They said Tobey Maguire is probably the best Peter. Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man, and then Tom Holland is good at both.
I don't agree with none of that goofy shit.
Just,
Yeah, I'm being contrary.
yeah, I know. I get it.
I can't help myself, man. God.
I understand. And it kind of makes sense.
I don't know. I like the Tobey Maguire movies, but if they were on, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd watch it still. I think I'm kind of like, they're not rewatchable to
Fuck
for
you.
me.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
I'll rewatch the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I bet you would because you want to suck something on Andrew Garfield. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have went that far.
Yeah, you went dark real fast.
No, I don't know.
But I mean, it could be nostalgia talking, but
It might be.
I like.
for
I'd
me,
watch
it's
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
All right,
even the third one, even though that's like the weakest one.
Well, that was
Don't
my
get me
thing.
wrong. It's not that I don't like them. They're
And
not
you don't like
like
him, and you fucking hate Tobey Maguire.
That's all I heard too.
That's all I heard. That's all I need to hear.
I actually like Tobey Maguire more so now than I did back then, just because of the clip that I saw not too long ago with him dealing with paparazzi.
Oh yeah,
I can't fucking
get
see.
the fuck out the way.
There's cars.
Don't want to run you over.
But I might.
Because I know he hates the fucking paparazzi.
Oh yeah, I don't blame him.
Well, he's also been like an actor for a long time.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't realize how old he was until you saw him in No Way Home, and you could tell that he was much older than the other
Yeah.
two.
He's been an adult for a while.
He's like 50
Yeah.
something.
Is he that old?
Yeah, he's like 55.
He
I think.
doesn't look that old, but he does look older than the rest of them. A lot older.
I'm pretty sure he's like 55.
I don't know if he's
Oh,
that. I
I
think
don't
he's like
he's that
40s.
old. I think he's in his 40s. He's probably 45.
How much you want to bet?
I don't think he's
I'm
55.
in Piver's show. I can't bet you.
I'll bet you a hearty handshake.
He was born in 75, so they make him. I'm sorry, he's 46.
Okay. Damn, I should have bet it.
What was you gonna win?
I don't know. Maybe
Nothing for
The
me.
handshake?
the love and admiration.
I'm more broke than you.
I want to talk about the villains
Oh, yeah.
because I have two things, and I said it earlier, but I wanted to get it on wax. First and foremost, for the people who heard what I said, they know what I mean, and they get it. It's for them.
Okay, I was just trying to
Everything's
learn.
not for you.
I was
Everything's
just
not
trying
for
to
you.
learn. I want to be well versed and
Put it
Sorry.
on wax is a term based off rap. Like,
Okay.
to record it.
okay. Makes sense. Thank you. Now I know what that means.
Not gonna
now.
be your Urban Dictionary in here.
I'm not. I didn't want you to be that. I was just trying to be more knowledgeable. I appreciate you explaining it to me.
All right. So first and foremost, I think as far as like did the best with the least amount was probably Jamie Foxx's Electro. I think that like every time he was on screen and whenever he had like a dialogue, like
Oh, he killed it.
he killed.
He
it.
did.
Like if
Y'all gonna act like I ain't bug naked?
I was talking to Darius the week before I left on vacation. Like, I wish Jamie Foxx would do more movies because we were watching Collateral.
Oh yeah,
He fucking killed it in that movie.
Why
And
isn't Jamie Foxx doing movies?
He's doing that TV show with his daughter.
He did a Netflix show with his daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's been doing a lot. Apparently, doing a lot
like the game show as well.
game show and like some like media producing stuff.
Okay.
But I wish he would still do more movies because he kills it in everything.
Oh, yeah,
does.
Yeah, he was very.
I
good.
think he is probably in my top 5 entertainers. Like, because he could do everything, and he's just he's supposed to be like Electro is never really like high on the totem pole. That's why he's always a part of like the Sinister Six and all that, because by himself, like, yeah, he can cause some problems, but he works really good in the team. And the way he was playing off of everybody else's like lines and their personalities, and like the fact that this version of Electro was supposed to be like, you know, he was all like nerdy and ugly and all of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, I got my confidence up, got my swag back. Like, I need this.
What was the line he told Andrew? He said, "Damn, I was thinking you was hoping you was black."
Yeah. Oh, bro, that whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah, that was so great.
Yeah. That, like, again, and
And he was like, man, I'm sure there's a black one out there somewhere.
Yeah, he's like, he said, he said it without being like, yeah. And then it's funnier because of the Miles Morales thing. So, but yeah, I thought he did an incredible job. Lizard was like the lowest on.
Yeah, he had like no.
Yeah,
input.
you hardly ever saw him, and like when you did see him, he was like just there for a few seconds at most. Except towards the end when they actually fought him, he was there for a bit.
I mean, even like just all of his time was more. Well, I guess he was the least impactful. I would say that.
Like even when you were talking about the apartment scene earlier, he wasn't even in there with him. He was in the truck. He was in the truck.
Yeah, the entire time just sitting in the back of the truck.
Yeah,
waiting for stuff to pop off because he knew that Osborn was going to do something crazy.
Speaking of Osborn,
so I wanted in the original Spider-Man with Tobey, I thought William Dafoe did an okay job. I didn't think it was great.
When was the last time you watched it though?
It's been a while. It has.
You go back and watch it.
Like I said, I haven't really
Spider-Man.
Oh,
like I think he did a good job, but I don't think he did like Heath Ledger as a Joker job.
I think part of that has to do with writing.
Think in this video, in this movie,
no, it's all right. It's in the video.
It's a video form.
This flick.
That means a whole different thing depending on what you.
But in this movie, I think his performance was Heath Ledger-esque.
That's what I was going to say. I think that he clearly cemented himself as the best Spider-Man villain, like out of all the movies,
because he makes you feel bad for him.
He draws you in
when he's not fucking crazy.
But the thing is, you realize at the end of this movie, he's in control. That's him all the time, though. Even when he's technically not in control, it's still the Goblin.
Yeah. Well, I think he was in control part way through the movie, but the Goblin took over, and he didn't realize it, and we didn't realize it either. So at some point in the movie, the Goblin took back over.
He took over when he was inside when he was locked up, and he's talking about, well, I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Yeah,
that was him. Yeah. That was Goblin right there.
He did such a good time because, like I said, he makes you feel bad for him, and then he makes you fucking hate him because he did. I think I mentioned this to you before we watched the movie, how Tom Holland's Spider-Man really didn't have anything real bad happen to him in his movies.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it.
He didn't have any tragedy in it.
Not really. Besides the Iron Man thing, but that's a different movie.
Besides the fact that he doesn't have his parents from the beginning.
Well, it's like you don't see that. Like,
why do we? Okay, so here, this is my only gripe. This is my only gripe with the movie. He doesn't have to have the tragedy.
Right, he does.
You don't think? You don't think they had to kill?
I don't think they had to kill. Like to get
I didn't
the
say
point across.
Said it was a bad thing. It was just the observation.
I think
that I made.
So. What I heard is so. I'm gonna tell you what I think first. I think that Aunt May was supposed to be killed off from the start. From the very first movie, she was supposed to be killed off. I don't think it was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be a lot more impactful than it actually was, because what I heard was she was supposed to have a much bigger role in the other two movies and she ended up not having it as big. Like, she was supposed to be a more fleshed out character.
I like
than
this
she ended up being
with the because it's the one from they used a similar one in the Spider-Man game for PS4.
Okay,
where it's like she works at the shelter. Yeah, the younger version. I just felt like we didn't have to have more tragedy with Spider-Man. Like, he didn't need to have his own piece of tragedy. Now, I will say that
it changes the end, and
it changes a lot if something doesn't happen to her.
Well, I think that they were doing this whole, like, the basis of the movie is like Spider-Man's always trying to do the right thing, but
it always goes wrong.
Yeah, and it always goes wrong. And in the end, like, I felt like he didn't really like learn anything for real, because let me explain why. So she dies, right? He saves everybody, but then he just does the spell anyway.
Yeah, because more people were coming.
Yeah, he had to. That's the only way he could figure to stop it.
Okay, so what was the purpose of him saving them?
Saving who?
All of the villains.
Oh, the villains?
Well, that was before he knew that the other people
were going to come.
Yeah, before the other people were going to come. He thought he could save them and stop the spell. Well, let's be honest here.
I feel like the lesson about him not being able to say, like, so that there was two lessons, right? Great power comes great responsibility, which I felt like he already knew that.
Yeah, but
like he had already been.
But nobody had ever said it.
Nobody had actually ever said it.
Does she have to die for him to be able to be told that? Like,
No.
I mean, I don't care either way.
Well, I
just
mean,
felt like
technically, Ben and the other two Spider-Man said it when he was dying too.
But
Toby's, he said it before he died. In the car,
he said it.
right?
Yeah, when it was like
Before he went to go fight Bonesaw.
Yeah,
I think, he did. But I think that's Spider-Man's character though. Like he's had kind of a tough life most of the time. He has had tragedy, but he's always stayed like he is. And I think she didn't have to die, but I think if she doesn't die, it kind of changes how the rest of the movie goes.
Well, I think her dying gave more purpose to Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker.
Yeah, because of how
dealing with tragedy and then him stopping Tom Holland from killing
because he lost his
Osborn.
Friends. Yeah. I think it kind of boosts his character forward because he dealt with the loss and he dealt with not getting the revenge that he wanted.
Well, that and I think it shapes his decision at the very end of the movie as well when he sees that bandage.
Right, and he decides not to
inform them who he is.
Now let's think about this now. His life is shitty now, right? He's poor. Nobody knows who he is.
Yeah,
all the stuff he's happened. People know who you are, right? That's a good thing. But I'm just saying it's more in line with the typical Peter Parker.
But this isn't like my thing is you don't have to do that. Like you did all of this other stuff. You don't have to still make his life shittier after all of the.
But this opens up the door for Ned being Hobgoblin. Because remember, before the spell, he's told Peter that he would never betray him. But now he doesn't know who the fuck Peter is.
I don't know what they're going to do.
I don't care. I'm going to watch whatever they make. But I just felt like it was almost too easy to be like more trauma, more tragedy. And also you still have to not. Like the thing you were trying not to do earlier in the movie, it has to happen now. Because like Doctor Strange was all for it in the beginning, and then like even he was like, "Hey," like he kind of knew that was the option and was kind of like, "I'm not going to bring it up unless you do because I don't want to do it now."
Bring what option up?
For everybody forget who he is.
Well, what I don't understand is why couldn't he add those people?
It wasn't
prior to him, like so. So in the first time they did the spell, he was adding those people not to forget him, right?
Yep.
So why in the end couldn't? And the problem was he was doing it mid spell. Mm-hmm. So why not in the end could he add those people before he does the spell?
Oh, I thought the same thing too.
That was my only big.
I was like, can we put an asterisk next to you, MJ, Ned, and like that's it. That's all. And happy.
I think what it was, if anybody remembers who he is, that other spell is going to keep happening. I think that's what the thing was.
Oh yeah, because it broke, so it wasn't contained anymore. Yeah.
So the only way to stop it was if everybody forgot.
Yeah, and they didn't forget that he was Spider-Man. They forgot that he existed. They forgot that
he existed because Spider-Man's still there. But I don't know. I think they kind of wanted to make it more in line with the traditional Spider-Man story, to where he's kind of down on his luck most of the time. I don't know.
It feels like they're going backwards in the Spider-Man story to me by doing that. Because now it's going back to like he's the poor Peter Parker. How does he make money? Oh, he's still Spider-Man. It's like I don't need it to be figured out. Like he could still be struggling and all that, but like you're giving him less emotional support, and you're probably going to ask him to do more.
That because he doesn't have the fallback of his photography.
Yeah, like this. That photography thing don't work no more, bud. J. Jonah Jameson got plenty of footage of you without anybody.
I don't know what's
he didn't. Did he? I don't recall him ever being interested in photography in the other movies, right?
No,
Spider-Man.
No, Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have anything like that to fall back on.
No, so it's gonna have to be,
Toby had his photography, and so did Andrew.
Anything he does now will have to be like science related. Well, yeah.
He can sell his body.
Sell his body, yeah.
Durable.
He's durable.
Spider durability.
There you go. But honestly, I don't know what they're going to do because the one of the end credit scenes they introduced Venom,
Well, not really.
Well, they introduced the possibility of a symbiotic Spider-Man.
Yeah, they did.
Which I'm assuming would lead to a Venom. But there's also rumors about Andrew Garfield coming back for more stuff, so they may shift the focus to him. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, I think this movie cemented how good Andrew Garfield was as Spider-Man.
It was good, but I think
and I think a lot of people want more of it too. I don't think I'm the only one.
There's probably dozens of you.
Yeah, there's probably a good handful.
There's probably a couple dozen at most. I mean, at max.
At absolute max.
He did a really good job. I forgot how good he was, but I think they all did a good job, and it was great to see him interact with each other. And that hug between Toby and Andrew at the end, that was so. And he was like, "You're in a lot of pain."
That's why I said Andrew Garfield was killing, because he was like, "Hey man, I know that hurt." She's like, "I've been stabbed before. So. You're in a lot of pain, aren't you?" But, and then also like when they first all saw each other, and they were in Ned's grandmother's house, and they're all like super like sorry and polite and stuff like that. I was like, that really like personifies the Spider-Man character. Mm-hmm.
Or when Andrew was trying to prove that he was actually Peter Parker.
Yeah,
it's not enough.
I
feel like this is to get that cobweb in the corner.
Oh yeah, I got you.
The fact that him and Toby immediately like shot webs at each other to make sure to be like, what you doing?
It's like a duel.
Mm-hmm. You got yours just come at you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
so. How do you create it?
It just happens. I don't
just come out anywhere else. He said like that was a we're all thinking it.
We're all thinking. You ever have like any incidents with it?
Yeah, I had a little blockage. I had some blockage one time. It was more mental than anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine having to create mine though.
But I know he was smart. Like Tobey Maguire, like clearly he was smart because he was going to work with Norman at one point.
Yeah.
But they really didn't focus on it a lot later on.
No, they didn't.
He did. Well, they did as far as how he beat Venom.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
that was him using his brains.
Oh, the sound waves,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. That Morbius trailer looked ass.
Morbius is weird. I think that they're so desperate for more Spider-Man stuff.
It's a stretch. Well, the thing is, he's not supposed to really be, from everything that I've seen that they talked about what they're going to do with the Morbius character. They're not going to be interacting with like the main MCU stuff. It's going to be like him, Blade, Venom. Like it's the darker characters going to have their own kind of thing going.
That's kind of cool.
Moon Knight.
The only connection he has right now is with I think you see Spider-Man in like posters on the walls and some of when he's walking in the city, and the Vulture's in it. Michael Keaton. That's like the only. So they may not even mention Spider-Man. I don't know. But they do. I think that would be a good idea if they kept like you said, the darker characters.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Blade, Morbius, Moon Knight, and Venom.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like their own
thing.
Yeah, because they're all like creatures of the night type of thing.
I mean, because you don't have to have them all together, at all the times, even if it's just like a cameo or a mention here and there.
Well, I'm happy that they're bringing in the Netflix MCU stuff.
I say my favorite takeaway from No Way Home was the return of Daredevil.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I really liked the Netflix show.
Yeah.
And I actually really liked the actor that played, what's his actual name?
Matt Murdock?
Matt Murdock, yeah. So hopefully we see more of that. I did hear that anytime Daredevil will be in the MCU, it will be that actor.
Yeah, they've already committed
That's really good.
But they haven't mentioned if there's going to be a movie or if they're returning.
The rumor is that the show is going to come back in some capacity.
Yeah,
that and Jessica Jones.
Well, they're supposed to have a She-Hulk show, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah, so if he's not in that one,
that's actually a good point.
I think
She-Hulk is going to probably have Jessica Jones and Daredevil in it.
Yeah.
Is she? She's a lawyer, so more than likely she's going to defend Jessica Jones, and she'll probably be working in some capacity with Daredevil.
Because they definitely need to.
I keep forgetting about She-Hulk is going to be good, man. That's a really good character.
Yeah, I really like She-Hulk a lot.
I know nothing of She-Hulk.
I haven't read a lot of the newer stuff, but I remember once she had a cartoon at one point. But I know like it it was one of the stories where it's like there are sometimes where she's involved in some of the larger scale stuff, but it's more like Daredevil where it's more ground floor stuff. And if we're gonna get anything similar to Daredevil, I'm all for it because those shows.
So how did she become She-Hulk? Like, is it the same way that
there's different
Banner?
versions, but the main version is she's related to Bruce and she gets a blood transfusion from him.
But she got like a wreck or something, and to save her life, he had to give her blood. Now, there's also
she's stuck in that green shit.
Like she can never get out of it, right?
Yeah, she never got it, but she's also in control. Like all the time.
Yeah. She just
like she can
gets
talk
all,
and everything.
Yeah, she gets all the enhancements and none of the rage, but she could tap into it and do some real strong shit.
There was some stuff in Hawkeye that I read that I saw that was related to the Netflix stuff. So
I don't think it's going to be on Netflix, is it?
Huh?
I don't think it's still going to be on Disney Plus, right?
It's probably be on Disney Plus. Yeah, if they ever do anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got to watch Hawkeye now.
I don't know why you don't. Come on, bro. He's a good.
I heard it's really good.
I heard a lot of stuff is really good.
He doesn't like the actor, and he doesn't like to.
I don't like Hawkeye. I don't like that version of Hawkeye. I like Kate Bishop more.
And he doesn't like the actor.
And
it's
not that I don't like
Bishop.
the actor. It's just Jeremy Renner's just boring to me.
Who's Kate Bishop?
His daughter.
Oh, you're talking about the actress that played?
No, I'm talking about the character.
The character. Okay.
Yeah, I like Kate Bishop's Hawkeye more. She's better than him in pretty much every way anyway. I like when Hawkeye's Ronin. I think that's a better character for it. Gives him more personality. When he's Hawkeye, he's even more boring. And maybe I just haven't watched enough Jeremy Renner stuff. I don't want to. So
yeah, how much have you seen with him?
I seen that Bourne thing that he did where he wasn't Matt Damon.
That's weird.
I like that movie actually.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Was it Bourne Legacy?
Yeah,
but it's weird. Like was he Jason Bourne? Or was he another character?
No, he's another character.
He's a whole another. He's
in that universe though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's another agent like Jason Bourne.
Okay.
He ain't Jason Bourne,
but he goes rogue like Jason Bourne.
Is that Jason
somebody
Bourne?
else's footsteps? Be your own man.
But he was also in what else was he in?
Exactly.
He was in The Town.
Yeah, he was.
He was in The Town.
So he was opposite of Ben Affleck, and he was filling in.
He
for Matt
played
Damon.
really good.
He's
filling in for Matt Damon.
He was a knucklehead. he was good. He's a good knucklehead. I give him that though.
Well, he was like the main protagonist, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Or antagonist.
We'll take that.
Yeah, he's a good knucklehead.
We'll take that. I guess.
I don't like him as a leading man. I think that's what it is. I think that he's better in support positions.
And that's what he was in the Marvel movies, was support. He wasn't the lead.
Yeah, well, I feel like Hawkeye isn't the character that's translated very well into what the MCU has become.
Here's what we'll do. We're gonna watch Hawkeye.
We are.
We're gonna watch it. We'll there's no pressure or anything. We'll
and he'll become the biggest Jeremy Renner fan.
We'll check it out, and then we'll ask you again what your opinion is. And see,
it stinks. Give those two thumbs down.
Okay.
Wish I had more hands.
Damn.
So I can give it 5 thumbs down.
Well, we'll come back to that at a later episode, and we'll see if your opinion's changed any.
It won't.
You don't know.
I'm stuck in my. What are you talking about? Me? I'm stuck in my ways.
I think you're a very open-minded individual. We'll see though. We'll come back. Make sure to remind us. We'll ask him.
Oh, is there anything else from Spider-Man No Way Home you want to talk about? Touch on? Anything you enjoyed?
Go see it.
Go see it. It's definitely worth your time, no matter which Spider-Man that you enjoyed.
Hopefully, the people that are still listening are the people that have already seen it.
No, somebody was
stubborn. Somebody wants to be a badass, and you say, "No, I don't care about spoilers. Fuck it."
But yeah. Even if you get things spoiled, go see it, man. It's a fantastic
it's still worth
ride.
seeing it. It's still worth seeing them interact with each other.
We forced Darius to see it, apparently.
You made me see it.
We put the pressure on it.
I was half dead this morning from playing Weird West and staying up past my bedtime, and I'm over here.
Too old for that, bro.
And
You
then
stand up past your bedtime.
I'm over here getting text messages telling me, "Hey man, give me a list of these games. Go see Spider-Man." And then I get another text message, "Hey man, go see Spider-Man. We talking about it."
I said I didn't know we both did it. I didn't know he had did it beforehand.
Well, I'd already told him on Tuesday, I think.
Was he? You had said when was it? The night before that you might go watch Spider-Man the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like you
said that Tuesday when I talked to Zach about it. I said I might go see it on Thursday.
But even if you were spoiled on it, just go watch it because, like I said, it's good to see them all interact with each other.
That's a great movie.
It's good to see them fight all the villains together.
And if you're looking at the next, keeping up with the MCU stuff, it is another chapter in that. So
yeah, and there's a preview at the very end about what's next Which I'm also really excited for that too because it opens
Doctor
up a
Strange.
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse
There's
of
already
Madness.
like posters and stuff for it.
Yeah. There's a lot of potential for that. So
You keep on not wanting to say spoilers when we've already gave the warning that we're talking about spoilers.
That's how he lives his life.
I know.
Spoiler free.
oh, yeah, I'm spoiler free, baby.
I know I should have gave him that opener.
Terrible.
What are you?
Stop.
Spoiler free, baby.
Oh my god. I have to edit
I
all this
need
out.
to end the show
Baby.
because I'm gonna keep doing this, baby.
Anyways, appreciate everybody hanging out with us this week. Like we promised, next week we will be the return of a ruined weekend and a banger of the week.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
I didn't agree with that.
we promised New Year.
I did.
New year, new me.
But appreciate you hanging out with us.
Can the New
Make
Year's
sure
resolution to be not say banger anymore?
I'll fucking up it if you want me to.
Please don't.
Anyways, please leave a comment on our
too
YouTube
high.
video. Leave a review on our where you get your podcast from.
Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast. Please, it helps a lot. And
Like and subscribe our YouTube.
comment, feedback, whatever you feeling. If you hate us, tell us that too.
Yeah,
It all
all
works.
interaction.
Don't
helps
be
us.
too harsh though, because I don't
He
think I
says,
can take it. I'm
give it to
sensitive.
me, hey, whatever, because I know y'all can't fight. So
See, now you taking it so far, man. You got to fight nobody.
exactly, that's why I say you say what you want to.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.